And we are live. So we'll see. I saw a couple people were waiting in the queue, ready to hop in the chat, I'm assuming, when the live stream started. So if you guys are watching right now, we're 10 seconds in. How you guys doing today? Leave that in the comments. You too, Bush. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I went out, not out for Halloween, but one of my buddy's girlfriends had like a couple of us over, and we,
Shot the
had
shit.
a couple drinks. I got a teen burger at 2 a.m. You know, the whole fucking
There it is.
whole deal.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely in that same kind of area because drank a little bit, smoked a little bit late at night and fucking ended up getting a pizza. So, I mean, we've all been there.
Max.
So, yeah, we're already getting a couple questions. Nick, first one in here, says, "What's up, boys? CEH or Taylor? Give me CEH this week." Actually, I'm at 5.
Yeah, I have him quite high. I do really I like Jonathan Taylor to maybe have his breakout game this week, coming off the bye week. Maybe they I don't know, because his workload hasn't been what we all thought it would be. I talked about that on the ranking show. It hasn't been 20 carries a game. He's been getting like 13, 14, 13, 12, 13 like carries a game. Like maybe they're going to be like, okay, this guy is clearly better than Nyheim Hines, what we have in the passing game and all that kind of stuff. So maybe they'll like feed him this game. And it's a great matchup against Detroit too.
I will say, like, the thing about that kind of confused me is like just watching the Colts on offense, because I have Jonathan Tayller, just watching them on offense, the volume, the lack of
it doesn't seem like the volume is an issue.
It doesn't even see. That's what I mean. It doesn't even seem like they're just not feeding him. It just seems like they're just not on the field running a lot of plays in general. So
I'd be curious to know what like their
play speed. Yeah, it's definitely something I need to see, because again, I watch it and I'm like, okay, Jonathan Taylor's literally on the field. They're just like, it doesn't even seem like they're like going against him getting the ball. It's just they're not on the field a lot in general.
Yeah.
But we'll definitely have to check that out, what their pace of play is. But that's curious.
I'm checking.
Either way, yeah, CH for me. What's up, guys? Need to bench one of these 4. Okay, Parker, Pirine, Coleman, Goddard. If you have to bench one of them, I would bench. I think I'd go Tevin Coleman.
Yeah, I'd bench Coleman.
Yeah. Okay.
I picked up so in my school league, one of my only drawback of my team, like I have DK Metcalf, like fucking great running backs. I have Deshaun Watson in that league. I have a great team. My only drawback is tight end, and I picked up Dallas Goedert this morning. So I'm hoping that because Zach Ertz is out, this is the draw with Dallas Goedert. Everyone and their mother's been like, well, if Zach Ertz gets hurt, then Dallas Goedert's a top 5 tight end. Yeah, no shit. Dallas Goedert might have outplayed Zach Ertz already and might have been there coming back off the injury, even if Ertz was healthy right now.
I have to pick up a kicker. I fully agree there. I just realized now in one of my leagues I didn't have a kicker, so
I actually don't have a defense in one of my leagues, I think, because I had whatever defense is on bye right now. I don't remember who it is, but
who's on bye? Not the football team. Football team. That's it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the first person I thought of was James Robinson. What a world we live in.
Yeah.
My RB2 is the problem in this. Actually, no, I got Jonathan Taylor. Okay, this team's actually nasty, low key. Fucking, I benched DJ Moore. Like, that's just how deep my wide receivers are. Like, my wide receivers this week are literally. Actually, to be fair, I didn't set my lineup, but Adams, Lamb, Cup, Moore, Boyd, Chenault. I got Herbert as my bench quarterback. Okay.
I did a thing with a monkey knife fight bet with Tyler Boyd. He's like, his over under on fantasy points was like 14.5 against David Crookshank because Christian Fulton's out. I'm like, that's an easy over.
Half or full PPR, I'm assuming.
Full.
That's crazy.
I think that's what MKF. Either I don't even care, to be honest, because I think he gets 14.5 easily.
Yeah, that's like 8 for 65 or 6 for 85. However you want to look at it. Sorry, Yvette says happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. We missed that. Ready to watch the Patriots get waxed by Buffalo? Hopefully.
I don't think so, man. I'm telling you, I think the Patriots win this game.
I do too, but I don't like the Patriots.
I don't either, but I just feel like everyone's being like, oh, the Patriots suck ass. They should just tank for a quarterback. Like Cam Newton was a bad signing. Julian Edelman's over the hill, all this stuff. And that's probably true about Julian Edelman, but
he's awful this year.
Yeah,
man.
I think the Patriots are actually going to win this game. It'll probably be gross, like a Cam Newton rushing game. Like if you have Cam Newton, do not sit him. I'm telling you, his only option is to run the ball right now.
Yeah.
He's fucking Gunnar Olszewski out there throwing the ball or whatever that he's throwing the ball to.
Yeah, for real. Hey, it's that time of the week again. Yes, sir, Justin. Joe Lee says, Williams or Boston Scott, PPR. Give me Jamal Williams there.
I'll take Jamal Williams too.
I've been tempted again. Like he's at 13 in my rankings right now, and I just feel like that's disrespecting him. I feel like I need to move him up, but I just don't know who.
So
I just don't even know who to move him up over if I did.
Actually, I'm going to move him ahead of Gaskin right now. I think he needs to be ahead of Gaskin.
Okay. This is actually an interesting one. Next question. It's a guy I got to adjust in my rankings as well because I haven't done that yet. But half PPR, Mims or Rager? I'm going with Rager.
I would go with Rager because of the matchup.
Yeah.
The Jets going up. Who are they going? Whoever it is, not as good as the Cowboys.
Chiefs.
Okay, yeah. The Chiefs are like, okay, and Sam Darnold might be in like I hate this argument. I hate when people are like, well, they're gonna have to throw the ball a lot. Like that's not the way Kansas City's playing this year. They're not playing like that. Everyone's assuming that this is the 2018 Chiefs where Patrick Mahomes is throwing 5 touchdowns in the first half. Like that's not what's happening. They're playing like a controlled pace of play. They have 2 good running backs. They're running the ball. Their defense is like okay. I guess it's not like as good as it was last year, but it's
still good enough to get them to win.
It's good enough to beat the Jets. Like it's
good
I
enough.
Have a feeling they're just going to make this game short. It might be over in 3 hours and a half. Like it's not. I don't think Mims is just going to get all this target volume because Sam Darnold's playing from behind the whole game. I have a feeling that the Chiefs are going to win this game, but the score is going to be like probably less indicative of like how like it'll probably just be a never in doubt game. Like right off the bat, like you knew they were going to win, but I don't expect them to hang 21 in the first quarter.
Yeah, it could be like a 24-7, 24-10 type game, maybe.
Yeah, or like a 31-7 game or something.
Yeah.
Like I don't expect it to be like 50-5. Like I don't expect them to just like kill them.
That would be a Jets type score though. But talking about it though, yeah. Honestly, like with Rager this week, again, this could just sound like it's out of there. But I think this is the week that he just comes back and absolutely balls the fuck out. Like
I hope so. Completely honest. I want to look smart on Jalen Rager.
Yeah,
I said about him preseason.
I mean, he played well in the first 2 games that he played this year before he got hurt. So I kind of want to see how he adjusts.
Like 1 target, but yeah.
No, he was efficient. Sorry, not great, but efficient is what I mean. Because again, second game of his career, he had 4 for 55.
No, I'm pretty sure he only has like 1 catch in his career right now.
Oh, no. The first game, he had a 55-yard catch. And then I think the second game,
he had did he play another game? Why did I only think he played 1 game?
Played 2.
Oh, okay.
Played against football team, then he played week 2. But here, let's catch up on some questions. Sorry, my bad. Waller or Hunter Henry? Waller's chalk.
Yeah, Waller's chalk. You don't say Waller.
Yeah. Singletary or DJ Dallas?
Yeah, the fact that that's a question is pretty wild.
Yeah. I'm going Singletary.
So while you guys are in here waiting for us to like get to your questions because we ramble on, if someone can find an update on what the hell is happening with Seattle right now, because I can't find it.
Hyde is doubtful and Carson is questionable.
Yeah, but that's what we already knew. Is what I'm saying. Like, do we have anyone ruled out yet, or like they're gonna play, or like they're gonna be like practicing warm-ups and see if they can go or whatever? Like, I have no idea what Carson's the big deal right now. Hyde, I think, is going to be out for sure, but I want to know what's happening with Carson.
Yeah.
And Homer, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that situation is just a mess right now. I want to know more updates. Again, like that's what's kind of wrong with teams is like they withhold so much information literally until right before the game. That's a 4 game?
I think so.
Yeah, that's
it is 4:25 against San Francisco.
I'm just not.
We might not know until the 4 o'clock games start.
With that kind of factor of not being able to know, I'm probably just going to take the quote unquote safer option in Singletary, if that makes sense. Again, even if they
might play at the same time, though.
That's fair. I mean, if you have any more knowledge going into it, again, we don't even know the true splits.
Oh no, they have one. Never mind.
We haven't really seen how Seattle is going to be using their running backs with Carson and Hyde both being out. Again, DJ Dallas has had some games with receiving work.
It wouldn't shock me if it was Travis Homer the whole time, though. If Travis Homer plays.
Yeah, for sure. Just a sticky situation.
I would start Singletary because I don't think you're going to know before 1 p.m. whether or not Carson's playing. Like, I think what they're going to say is Chris Carson's like a game time decision. He's going to practice in warm-ups like Dalvin Cook is right now. And if he's good to go, then he'll play. So if that's the case, you have to start Singletary.
Agreed. Okay, so Blake says Dobbins, Bourne, Goddard. Pick one for a flex, full PPR.
I'd start Goddard.
I was going to say, I think I'm starting Goddard. It would be close between him and Dobbins, but
I don't think so. Against the Steelers defense, I don't think it's that close. And it's full PPR. And I know Dobbins is the receiving back on that team, but he's also not like a receiving back who gets a lot of like volume because Lamar doesn't really throw that much to his running backs.
That's fair. I'm fine with going with Goddard there. Okay, so do I trade A-Rob and Boston Scott for McLaurin and Gaskin? I would absolutely do that. McLaurin and
I
A-Rob for
would
me.
too. The running back upgrade's pretty
Yeah.
significant.
Yeah. I mean, yes, I would prefer A-Rob to McLaurin on like in a vacuum, but the upgrade from Scott to Gaskin is so drastic because again, Sanders expected to be back next week. Realistically, Boston Scott only really has a role when Sanders is actually missing time, whereas Gaskin has shown he's a consistent RB2 whenever he steps on the field. So, yeah, I definitely like that trade. Let's get it, guys. How's y'all fantasy season so far? Aside from getting completely decimated by injuries in one of my home leagues, it's been pretty well. Doing well in most of my leagues.
Yeah, my dynasty leagues have taken a huge hit. The 3 dynasty leagues I'm in, I have Saquon, McCaffrey, like a lot of the guys that have gotten hurt, Nick Chubb, Austin Eckler. Like I have a lot of these running backs that have gotten hurt. So I'm kind of treading water in all of them right now, but I'm not really doing well in any of them. And then as far as my redraft league, the one I care most about, I told you guys about the trade that I made. I'm doing well in that league. I would be 5-2 right now if it wasn't for Robert Woods fumbling and David Montgomery catching a check down at the end of the game to win that I lost that matchup because
I saw it on Twitter.
Dumbest fucking thing ever. But either way, I'm still 4-3 in that league. I have the second most points for in the league. I'm still in 3rd place, and I have Alvin Kamara on my team now. So,
yeah, I mean you're living life there for sure.
Yeah, and I just built it's a next man up type thing with that league because I have I had to trade away Gibson and Woods to get Mixon to get Alvin Kamara, but Mixon's still out. Gibson's on bye. The only guy, and I'm playing the guy that I traded the trade to this week. So the only guy that can come back to bite me is Robert Woods, which I don't expect to happen. And I have guys that can filter in and replace those guys like Brandon Ayuk and T. Higgins and J.K. Dobbins, who have been really on my bench all year because my team has been so deep.
Yeah, no, you're in a nice spot. I wish I can just fluctuate some depth right now in one of my main home leagues, but half my team got hurt anyway, so it doesn't even get to that point. But yeah, what a mess. I'm starting Evans, Jefferson. I need one more to start. I need CD. I don't want to start him. Higgins. I have Fulgham ranked high. Yeah, I would have Fulgham as my wide receiver 20 on the week. So
I honestly, God, if you were feeling bold. Do I sit Mike Evans? Like, I don't know, man. Like, you got some good options.
I would.
I don't know if I would, though, because the way that they're talking about Mike Evans right now, I've listened to every fucking press conference that ever happens in Tampa Bay, and it sounds like this is going to be a Mike Evans game. The way, like, because Mike Evans had 2 bad games in a row now. It sounds like they're going to get him involved in the game plan and get him some catches. Like, I don't know if they're like the Bradbury matchup sucks, obviously.
What to say? Did they text Bradbury on
like let him get a big bomb touchdown at the beginning of the game? No, Bradbury could shut him down, but they're probably going to do something. Chris Godwin's not playing, which means they might move Evans into the slot more or something like that. They're going to do something to get him the ball.
This can sound bold, but again, I have Fulgham ranked higher than Evans straight up on the week.
I don't, but it's close.
Yeah. It's crazy that we're even talking about that, but I would definitely try to get Fulgham into your third receiver spot out of those options, in my opinion.
Yeah, like I have Fulgham at 21 and I have Evans at 18. So like it's pretty close.
Yeah. I have Fulgham at 20, Evans at 21. And looking at the other ones, I have CD at 24 or something like that. Higgins around that range. Like they're all in like that kind of like 20 to 26 area. Yeah. So I mean, but I would definitely start Fulgham out of those options. Fulgham or Justin Jefferson.
You don't sit Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
Like
he's
literally, like, Justin Jefferson is playing. He is playing too well to sit him.
Yep. Agreed. Thoughts on Corey Davis? I think he's my wide receiver 32 on the week.
He's definitely this week. Going forward, he's a PPR guy. If you're in a PPR league, you can start Corey Davis because Tannehill obviously doesn't mind throwing him the ball, but don't expect like a huge play out of Corey Davis. He'll probably have like a 6 for 50 stat line. Maybe he gets into the end zone every week. Like he's kind of a low upside wide receiver 3, but if you're in a full PPR league, his upside's a little bit more because he gets points for the reception. So he's not a bad option, but he's not great.
He's quietly been very good this year, to be fair.
He's been consistent. He's been a consistent guy. He just doesn't have a high ceiling on a weekly basis.
I agree. So hey dudes, love the streams. Appreciate that. What's up, guys? PPR, pick 2 wide receivers in a flex. I would sit. Man, I can't sit Gallup and start Green personally. Like, I think I have Green higher, but like that would just like feel disgusting to me.
No, I would absolutely sit Gallup and start Green.
I think I would too, but like, it
doesn't feel gross to me. Michael Gallup has been gross.
Yeah, sit Gallup. Fuck. It's sickening for me just to fucking imagine that scenario going into the season. But Michael Gallup is a bust. I mean, we know that right now. I mean, whatever. Let's get it, Tyler. Ben says, "Was love to see the OGs in here. Trey Burton or Harrison Bryant? Nice spelling, but no, I'm kidding. Give me Harrison Bryant there.
Harrison Bryant is really not even close for me. You know, it's not close for me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm messing with you. I know, right? Which Sanford? That's like throwing a dart at the dartboard.
Side of the bed Kyle Shanahan woke up on this morning. Like, honestly, like there's no way we could possibly guess. My gut tells me it's Hasty, but because everyone thinks it's Hasty, it's probably going to be McKinnon or whoever else they have. Tevin Coleman coming back. Like, again, with San Fran running backs, you want to be in a situation where you don't have to rely on them. But if you do, you just got to hope and pray that it's your running back that goes off this week.
For real. I mean, it's just a mess of a situation. Okay, so you're not sitting Ronald Jones, first of all. No, I would go with the first two.
Pick 2 to start in the flex.
Yeah,
I want to say start Chase Claypool instead of DeAndre Swift.
I wouldn't. I'm not that ready to be able to do that.
The way I tend to lean running backs with flex decisions because usually running backs have a more predictable volume share. Like a guy like Chase Claypool, we saw it last week what his floor was. Like he has a very low floor, but a guy like DeAndre Swift, I don't think has the ceiling that Chase Claypool has, obviously. So if you're in a hole, maybe you had some guys on Thursday Night Football disappoint you, like Calvin Ridley or DJ Moore or something. If you're in a hole, I would go with Claypool over DeAndre Swift. But if you just need like consistent points, I'd go with Rojo and DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, definitely fair. I'm confused on how the Bucks are playing Rojo and Fournette. I watched them. That's
okay. So here's what happened. Last week, Ronald Jones dropped a wide open pass that would have equaled a first down and the drive to continue. They ended up getting the first down on that drive because I think it was like a 2nd and 2 or something that Rojo dropped, and they ended up getting it on 3rd down. But Ronald Jones will get punished for dropping passes or missing blitz pickups, which he's actually surprisingly been very good at this year in pass protection. He's been much better than LaShawn McCoy was. So, I mean, you're going to have to live with it. If Ronald Jones gets benched, it's just like Chris Carson last year. If Chris Carson fumbled last year, then he would get benched or whatever, and it sucked, but you had to keep playing him. That's just kind of how it works with Ronald Jones. Ronald Jones is still the guy to own. Fournette has a bit more value now that Shady is kind of phased out of the offense, and it looks like Fournette's going to be the 2-minute drill passing down guy, which is weird to say because it's Leonard Fournette, but he is the best pass catcher on the team.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Rojo's going to get the goal line carries. He's going to get the most of the rushing work. He's guaranteed 15 carries at least every single week.
Yeah, no, I agree with everything you said there. Basically,
in a top 5 offense with Tom Brady,
Arians has always been that type of guy. Arians has always been that type of guy where if you do one bad thing, he has no questions. He'll just bench you.
He doesn't care about our fantasy teams. He'll bench you if you fuck up.
Yeah, no, fully agree. Start the last 3. Because we don't know
Chris Carson. Even if Chris Carson plays, I don't think he's going to play a full allotment of snaps, and it's not a good matchup anyway against San Fran. So I would go with Hunt, Rojo, and Bernard.
Yeah, not to mention, I mean, it's not like you're talking about start Jerick McKinnon or Chris Carson. You got 3 other top 14 or so backs for me on the week.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, all 3 of those other guys are in my top 13, I think, or 12.
Yeah, you're in a good spot. Tyler and Ben. I have Gronk and Tanyan. Should I drop? Yes, I would do that. Yes. Give me Goddard over Tanyan.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Hello, all. I'm a new listener. Hey, there you go. I mean, your Steelers got a big matchup this week against the Ravens. So definitely
interesting. Be a great game. I just want to watch that from an NFL perspective.
No, that's definitely game of the week. Now, my biggest question marks for that game on which will ultimately dictate the overall outcome is the Steelers secondary against the Ravens, because again, people will look at it on face value. The Ravens have quote unquote the second worst team in terms of passing the ball, but that's just because they run the ball so much that they don't have a lot of opportunities in the passing game. They're going to be forced to throw the ball against the Steelers. The Steelers are the best run defense in the entire NFL. So I'm kind of looking to see how guys like Marquise Brown, Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson are able to do against that Pittsburgh secondary, especially with Devin Bush being out. I kind of want to see.
That's big for Andrews.
Yeah, I want to see the dynamic of that
Andrews
game.
probably have a huge game in this one.
I agree. Again, that is going to be an absolute slugfest as it always is. Now with implications of the division being on the line, if the Ravens win, they are the sole leader of the division thus far. I'm just
are the Ravens
pumped for that.
5-1 right now? Is that the record?
5-1.
Yeah.
5-1, yeah. They lost to the Chiefs, but other than that, they've won every other game. And the Steelers obviously being 6-0.
Doesn't seem like it. It seems like the Ravens are like
4-2. Yeah,
like they seem like they're a class below like the other teams in the AFC. Like the Steelers, Chiefs, and Titans seem better than the Ravens when they're really like it doesn't seem like they shouldn't be.
It's just because the factor that Lamar hasn't really been running the ball as much this year, if you will.
The offense has not been like elite.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know really how to describe it.
It kind of reminds me of the Chiefs last year. Do you remember the Chiefs last year? They were like they had injuries. Tyreek got hurt. Mahomes got hurt. David Williams got hurt. Like a bunch of their players got hurt, and it didn't seem like they were. It's like you look at the scoreboard and they put up 35. It didn't even seem like it, just because they weren't as explosive. And then once everyone got healthy at the end of the season, they started really putting up points, and then they ended up winning the Super Bowl. Like that could happen with the Ravens. Like
no, I've said it and I'll say it again. I mean, like the Ravens from a talented roster standpoint, maybe the like top to bottom, like best overall roster in the entire.
I disagree. NFL. I think the Bucs are a more talented team. They don't have good enough receivers for me to say that they have better talent than the Tampa Bay Bucs.
It's close, but their offensive line compared to yours is a lot better in my opinion.
I don't think so. I think our offensive lines are equal. Without Marshall Yonda, our offensive lines are equal.
That's fair. They're close teams, and then obviously in the backfield, I mean, you got the same kind of dynamic being a rotation, but
pretty similar.
Quarterback. Brady's playing at MVP level.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson was the MVP. So, I mean,
our defenses are pretty comparable in terms of how they're playing. I would say that the Ravens' pass defense is a little bit better than ours, I would say, but our run defense is better than theirs. So,
yeah, I would say the acquisition of Yannick Ngakoue, in my opinion, pushes them over the edge, but it's close. And then even the Steelers, to be honest.
I don't know. Our linebackers are better than theirs, too. Even though Queen's playing well, our linebackers are playing like fucking their hair on fire. Like, it's ridiculous how good Devin White and Levante David are playing.
Yeah, I haven't seen a good linebacker play at all this year as a Cowboys fan. But, talking about the Steelers roster as well real quick. I mean, they're another absolutely stacked roster. I mean, looking at their defense overall, I mean, aside from
I think they're going to add someone at the deadline. I don't know if it's probably not going to be on offense because their receivers are like fine. Maybe they added a running back. Like, I don't know who would get traded though, but like,
I think it would be more so like if they wanted to add a box safety.
A linebacker is probably.
Yeah, a linebacker box safety.
They probably need a linebacker.
A guy that can play in the box for you. I mean, because obviously you got Minkah Fitzpatrick on the back end. He hasn't like played as the number one safety in NFL like he did at the end of last year, but that just by him not playing at a superstar type level, he's still amazing.
What's interesting to me? A player that they could add. What about Alexander Johnson from the Broncos?
I could see that. I mean, that'd be a good pickup for them.
You need someone who can cover because your run defense is so good, it doesn't even matter. Like, don't add Blake Martinez. That's not going to fucking help you.
Or don't add Jalen Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to give us draft capital for him, that
was a huge rant that we just went on. We probably are like way behind.
Yeah, sorry about that. We'll get into questions, but nice seeing you, Toronto again. Near Toronto, so
nice go Jays, go Raptors, go Leafs. Danny doesn't like any of those teams apparently. So,
you think MT is going to play next week? Fuck that guy. Fuck MT.
Yeah, I mean, I absolutely hate him as a person. So. I can't give like non-biased advice on Michael Thomas. You kind of just have to stick it out with him, I think, because whatever you trade him for is going to be less than what you spent on him and less than what you want to see out of him. Because I don't think he's catching 12 balls a game when he comes back because the offense is not as good as it was last year.
No, I fully agree.
The offense is Alvin Kamara, and Alvin Kamara needs to enter his name into the MVP discussion.
He's disgusting.
That team is nothing without him.
Yeah, no,
their offense sucks without him.
Him and first of all, him and Christian McCaffrey, in my opinion, are the two best running backs in the league.
Yeah, I think Saquon's next tier, personally, but
with him being hurt, question mark now. I would say Derrick Henry is probably the next guy up because I mean, what he does on the ground game is literally unparalleled. But at the end of the day,
I think the best three runners in the league to me are Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, and I mean, I would have said Ezekiel Elliott, but he's not running like it. I would probably put McCaffrey in that, like, because McCaffrey's still and Barkley too, like they're all good runners, but I think Henry and Chubb are the best two runners in the league.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, they're just so consistent down to down. Like, you know what's funny by the way,
like 5 yards of carry every fucking play, like it's ridiculous.
Also, Nick Chubb had what, like 6 20-yard rushes in like the first 5 games of the year, first 4 or 5 games of the year.
Yeah, he's ridiculous, man. He's so efficient. It's like there's never a negative play with Nick Chubb.
You know what the funny thing is though? 6 20-yard rushes in 4 or 5 games for Nick Chubb. Ezekiel Elliott has like half of that in like 2 years. Like,
yeah, oh yeah, dude. I was so mad when Nick Chubb got picked by the Browns because we picked like 37 in that draft, and I liked Ronald Jones, but I actually wanted Darius Geis, obviously. But
yeah,
after Nick Chubb went off the board and Sony Michel went off the board at 30 or whatever, I was like, because those are the 2 guys I wanted. I was like, I want one of the 2 Georgia guys because they were the way I had the running backs ranked was
Barkley,
Geis, and then the 2 Georgia guys. And I was like, okay, as long as we get Geis or one of the 2 Georgia guys, I'm cool. And then both Georgia guys went, so I'm like, oh, we need Geis. And then we got Ronald Jones, and I was pissed. But
here, regular Corey Davis. If you need upside, I go with regular. If you need a more stable person in your lineup,
I don't think it matters. I think you go with Corey Davis regardless.
Really?
Yeah.
I think regular's upside.
For the standard, I might lean regular, but in half PPR, full PPR, I would go with Corey Davis regardless.
I just think the upside,
the game, but the upside's there for Corey Davis too because of the game that he's playing in. Because that game is going to be so fast paced and so much scoring. I think he has upside of getting like a touchdown and like 6 or 7 receptions.
That's fair. I mean, they're both kind of like in that wide receiver 30 to 35 type area, anyways. I mean,
we also don't really know what Rager's upside is.
Oh, I think his upside is like 102 touchdowns today.
It's possible. He's playing a bad defense, but we also don't know what his snap share is going to be. We don't know how many routes he's going to run. Like he could just be like a 40% snap share guy coming back off the injury, and like that wouldn't surprise me at all.
That's fair. I mean, we don't exactly know how the target share is going to be affected, but I do have a gut feeling that he's going to be the one who does something against the Cowboys defense. Not like a Goddard or a Boston Scott or a Fulgham. I just have a gut feeling it's going to be Jalen Reagor today. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, we have Gardner Minshew is expected to be inactive for next week's game.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it says Jake Luton and Mike Glennon are supposed to battle it out in camp or something.
Now, how do you think that affects a guy like DJ Chark? We'll talk about that during the week.
I mean, DJ Chark has been playing and it's not like he's playing that terrible. He's not playing great, but he's not playing terrible. If they had a better situation at quarterback, like I honestly have no idea.
It's sad. Okay, do not ever sit Allen Robinson for AJ Green, please.
In a full PPR, too. Don't ever sit Allen Robinson.
Ever. That's just my word of advice. Just never. Okay, never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So that's kind of what I expected.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll keep updated with that for sure.
I don't think Hyde's going to play, so it's probably going to. If Carson plays, he's going to be Carson. So.
Titty boy Higgins, give me TTT. All day.
Higgins for sure.
Need 2 Fournette, Landry, Jeff. If that's Justin Jefferson?
Jefferson, you don't sit him.
Him and Fulgham.
I would go with Travis Fulgham as the other guy.
Agreed. So I'll for Thielen, Zeke, and Miles Sanders. Okay, so Thielen and Jefferson. Thielen's a little bit more value than Jefferson, I'd say, but they're kind of close. So then basically Zeke, Sanders for Hunt. I can understand the appeal if you're in a short-term pinch.
I would take the bottom side because Zeke has so many questions right now. Miles Sanders is still banged up. Hunt is the best running back in this trade right now. Even when Chubb comes back, I still think he's the best running back in this trade. And then Gio has I don't think Gio is going to be useful after this week.
Yeah, agreed.
Because they're on bye next week. The Bengals are on bye next week, and I think after the bye, Joe Mixon's going to be back.
I need to hear about your situation. Now, if you're 5-2,
if you're 2-5 or something like that, and you need to win, Gio will help you this week.
Yeah. Gio, Jackson, Hunt side, if you're like 2-5.
But Eckler's going to be back soon too, probably.
Yeah.
In like the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'd have to imagine Eckler's back. So
if you're able to play the long game here and you're 5-2 and you can go for the upside down the stretch that Sanders ultimately gives you, I would take the top side. But if you're in a pinch, you need to win right now. I like the bottom side because it ultimately fills out your roster a little bit better in terms of depth.
Yeah.
So those are my thoughts there. So one tight end. I would still go with Tanya versus Jasicki is kind of close for me. I know you would probably say Ebron, actually.
I would say Ebron, yeah.
I'd go Tanya personally.
I can't, I don't know why you would go Tanyan. Like, why? Ebron's been so consistent. He gets 6, 5, 7 targets a week. Like, it's literally so consistent with Ebron. I would totally go with Ebron there.
Just have the feeling on Tanya.
Jasicki could be the highest upside there because we don't know what Tua is going to favor. But
definitely.
It's not like Tua was a big tight end guy in college, so I'd probably lean that he doesn't favor Gesicki overly, but he also plays the slot. So
yeah, I was about to say that. And also never sit James Conner for Leonard Fournette, please.
no, yeah, don't do that.
No, do not do that.
Don't sit Justin Jefferson. If you can find a way to get T. Higgins into your lineup, I would, because he's probably gonna have a good game in this one. But I mean, I've sat T. Higgins every single week in my home league because I haven't had a place to start him. And now that I have to start him, it would not shock me at all if he totally disappoints me.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Cub, sit 1.5 PPR. The one that you are sitting there is going to be Cooper Kupp for me, Blake.
Yeah. Oh, easily.
And
both the other two guys are top 10 guys. You don't sit either of them.
Coleman or Zach Moss. You know what? They're both kind of like meh plays. Give me. I don't even want to say upside.
Give me Coleman, I was going to say because you don't know what Kyle Shanahan's thinking.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was going to say the upside of Coleman, but realistically, like we don't even know what the upside is. But I guess
Moss has no upside. That's what.
That's fair. Connor Johnson for flex. So I would go Connor. I think what you would go Deontay.
No, I would go Connor.
All right. Jimmy Grandpa.
Is that Jimmy Graham or Jimmy
it has to be Jimmy Graham because
I guess it's tight end. Yeah.
They're back to back in my rankings right now. I think Jimmy Graham's a little safer because of the matchup and because of the volume. Noah Fant's upside is literally like top 3 on the week though.
Yeah, because he can break a 75-yard touchdown. Like Jimmy Graham cannot.
It all depends on your expected situation. If you're expected to lose the matchup, you need that little upside flash. I would go with Noah Fant. If you're just, safe, you can battle in the matchup regardless. I would go with Jimmy Graham because I think regardless, you can get 7-8 targets in this game, especially with Allen Robinson's playing, but he was banged up all week. So we can kind of see that dynamic change there.
Yeah, I actually have them back-to-back in my rankings.
Same.
I have Graham at 10 and Fant at 11. I think Graham has a lot of upside in this matchup because the Saints have been so bad against tight ends. But I think Fant, the way he came back and had a bit of a meh performance last week, but I think he's going to be back to a full-time player, and Locke is locked onto him so far this season. So I think Fant is going to be great going forward.
I have Graham at 9 and Fant at 10. So
I have Graham at 10 and Fant at 11. So
yeah. Where do you have Goddard for the record? Because I just rose him.
I have to move him actually. Thank you for reminding me that.
Yeah, no problem. I actually ended up moving him to 7.
Is he in? No, he's not in. Okay. Add players. I think he's going to be at 7 right behind Gronkowski and Jonnu Smith.
Yeah, he's at 7 right now, right behind Jonnu and right ahead of Hawkinson. He's in that little sandwich.
Yeah, I have it. So after Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Andrew, Jonnu, Gronk, Goddard, and Hawkinson is my top 8.
Yeah, no, mine is Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Gronk, Andrews, Jonnu, Dallas Goddard, and then Hawk.
Yeah, and then I have Hunter Henry, Harrison Bryant, Jimmy Graham, Noah Fant to round out my top 12.
I'm actually going to move Harrison Bryant up. Thanks for reminding me. I'm moving Harrison Bryant to 12 on the week.
I'm at 10.
You know what? He's going to be ahead of Henry. I'm sticking with that bold prediction.
Yeah.
And then we're going to put Jared Cook there. Okay. I should be all set.
All right. Let's rip through some of these here.
Let's get these. Scotty Miller, Hardman, Shepard.
I go Scotty Miller there.
Yeah. Scotty Miller or Hasty's pretty close, but I'll go with Scotty Miller because, again, we don't know what's happening with
full PPR, so I'll go with Scotty
Miller. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fine then. Hopefully, Michigan boy. We're still pissed about that game yesterday, Jerome. We were talking about Michigan versus MSU together, we were just talking.
And sucks. I heard someone say on the radio, they're like, well, they could go 6-1 if they beat Ohio State. It's you're not going to beat Ohio State. Have you seen Justin Fields play?
Dude, the way I view it is this is going to be like a 5-3, maybe maximum 6-2.
Shithead.
Maybe maximum 6-2, depending on what happens in the Penn State game. But this, to me, is a Michigan rebuilding year. You see what you got with Joe Milton. You see how he progresses throughout the year. Because, his upside, Joe Milton, is literally like a Cam Jr. He's 6'5", 250 pounds, can rip the ball down the field 60, 70 yards with ease.
He ain't doing shit with that coach that you have. I'm telling you that.
Agreed. He's still very raw in terms of mechanics, in terms of pocket presence, in terms of overall poise. But man, if he can develop over the course of this year, in a year that we don't really have expectations, his potential is through the roof. Like Joe Milton, you don't see guys with that type of talent just fall out of trees. It's pretty.
Do we answer A-Rod or
I didn't even see that. My bad. Give me A-Rod. He's my quarterback 3 on the week.
He's got a point though. It is supposed to be a bit of a.
That's fair.
Weird conditions. I think the Cleveland game is supposed to have bad conditions too.
Damn, I actually have a lot of exposure to the Cleveland game in DFS.
I took on my monkey knife fight bets. I have like a Devontae Adams, like Aaron Rodgers, like both hitting the over of their fantasy points. So that might not be good if that's the case.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The over under on Devontae Adams fantasy points was like 18.5.
Yeah,
I was like, that's got to be the over, right? Like,
yeah, easy.
I have him in a touchdown dance too.
Carson Wentz or Joe Burrow need high upside. I think Joe Burrow is just going to be the option for me.
Yeah, I think they're both great options, but I'm going to go Joe Burrow.
Agreed. Burton or Graham? Give me Graham.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they're still talking. Yeah, I know what's up with John. To be fair, I mean he got hurt. He got hurt a couple weeks ago. Last week he was coming back from the injury. Didn't really need him to produce a lot. I think this is going to be his coming out again, just to remind people of how talented he is.
I think the way he's used in the red zone, the way he makes big plays happen, I think he's going to be fine. He ran his season low in routes last week because he was coming off an injury.
Agreed. Mims or P-Ryan with everyone out? Yeah, with Crowder out, I'm fine taking the chance on Mims here. Personally.
Yeah, I would go with Mims over P-Ryan there.
Yeah. Rojo or Graham? Yeah, give me Rojo. He's my wide receiver. He's my RB11 on the week.
I think he's my RB11 or 12, I think.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Give me Bell.
What's the scoring format?
That's actually fair too.
If it's full PPR, I'll start Fournette.
Fair. I love that. So Jimmy Grandpa is the new nickname for Jimmy Graham.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, I can respect it. Good morning. Pick 2, Gaskin, Monty, DJ Dallas. I'm going with the first 2.
Yeah, I don't think you could sit Gaskin or Montgomery just based on their volume between those other guys. PPR or non-PPR, they get too much volume.
Agreed. Fournette, yeah, big facts, Drew.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Give me Jim Michael Hasty.
Yeah, I'll take Hasty.
Carlos Hyde's a free agent because he's not playing today.
Yeah, he's gonna probably be out for this game.
Start Big Ben or Jimmy G. Yeah, give me Big Ben still, even with the factoring of the weather.
Ben. Oh my God, another weather game. Yeah, I saw what's his name, Kevin something. I can't remember the weather guy that always tweets out weather stuff. But yeah, there's a couple of games that might be affected by weather this week.
Yeah, for real. Johnson or Higgins? That one is super close. I'm gonna go with Johnson if he plays, but I mean,
I have Bernard and Rojo back to back in my rankings, and I would start Bernard over Rojo.
I would go Rojo.
Really?
Yeah, I think I have like Rojo at 11 or 12 and Bernard at like 13 or 14.
The tiebreaker there is the fact that Rojo could drop a pass and get benched.
That's fair. Yeah, if you want a safer play, then
the only thing that separates that, because I do think it's going to be a Rojo game against the Giants, who just can't. Like, they're not going to do anything. They're going to get destroyed.
Yeah, agreed. Montgomery or Woods, half PPR. Yeah, give me David Montgomery there personally.
Yeah, I would take David Montgomery as well.
Goddard or Henry, full PPR. Yeah, give me Goddard.
Yeah, give me Goddard. It's back to back in my rankings. So it is a little concerning though, knowing that Goddard is coming off an injury. He might be a little limited, but I think the upside's way too high with Goddard against the defense he's going up against. He could have a monster game. Yeah, and the way he was playing before he got hurt too, he looked incredible.
Yeah, he looked like the guy that Dallas would have gotten in the second round if the freaking Eagles weren't bricks. Half PPR start to Woods, Fournette, Johnson, Reagor. Yeah, give me. At
least you stole CD from them.
Yeah, that's fair. I know I'm lower on Woods, but give me Woods and Deontay Johnson this week.
Reagor, the other two guys are too much of question marks.
Yeah, I mean, Reagor's upside is tremendous in my opinion, but I just wouldn't be able to bite the bullet on starting him over either of those two.
Actually, Fournette would be my second option.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't start Reagor over Fournette.
Fair. Is Goddard flex worthy? I would want to know your flexes, but I think he's absolutely flex worthy regardless. I'd want to know who you're comparing him with though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me Burrow there, Bilal.
And I'll go with Ruggs there.
I'm going Dobbins.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I
think Ruggs is in for his breakout game. I called it. I've been saying it. This is Ruggs' breakout game against the Cleveland defense. Right. Again, weather might affect this game, but I'm going to go with Ruggs. I think him and Carr connect on a deep one.
That's fair. I could definitely see that.
What the heck?
Still give me Rodgers.
Listen to this. Jay Glazer, I guess, said Bucs wide receiver Antonio Brown has been staying at Tom Brady's house as he gets caught up on the playbook. Per Jay Glazer, the Bucs were quote unquote shocked at how physically ready he is despite not playing in over a year. That doesn't shock me at all. Brady has been helping Antonio off the field, and he introduced Antonio Brown to Tony Robbins.
What the
like
heck?
the life coach.
So
Tom Brady is taking this man under his wing. He's like, "You are Randy Moss 2.0. Like, this is what's gonna happen here."
dude,
I'm so excited, man. Like,
are we looking at a second half resurgence for Antonio Brown's career? He's gonna be a top 3 round pick next year.
the only thing I'm worried about is that we don't re-sign Chris Godwin because of this.
Oh, that would be rough.
I mean, what I think is going to happen is they're going to tag him.
Yeah. Oh my God. And you guys, wait, do you think if Antonio Brown comes back, plays like the guy that we know he is for the second half of the season, would he resign or would he just sign somewhere else?
I think he'd resign. I don't think he wants to go anywhere else.
Fair. Deontay Johnson or Fulgham. Give me
money. He doesn't have to worry about money.
Yeah, that's fair. Give me Fulgham, but like, oh no, give me Deontay Johnson. Actually,
yeah, no, give me Deontay Johnson.
They're close though for me.
They're close.
Woods or Hollywood?
R.I.P.
Yeah, I would go Woods for safety, Hollywood for upside there.
You're playing Tyreek and Kamara. Go with Hollywood.
Yeah, go with Hollywood for upside. What are your thoughts on Bourne versus Seattle? I mean, maybe he catches a touchdown, like 4 for 50 in a touchdown.
I can't trust Kendrick.
Yeah,
like
me neither.
I think the way that the Niners defense is going to exploit Seattle, because they're a bad defense, is through George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, and their run game. I don't think there's going to get, like, obviously I could be wrong and Kendrick Bourne could catch a touchdown and get lucky or whatever, but I'll go with the proven guys there if I'm going to start anyone against Seattle.
Agreed. You should absolutely pick up Jamal Williams this week.
No, we didn't answer Steven's question there.
Oh, we didn't? Sorry, I thought that we got in there.
Half PPR. Who do I play if Carson is in or out? Play Hasty over Coleman if Carson's out. If Carson's in, you play him over both guys.
Agreed there. Sorry about that, Steven, by the way. You should absolutely pick up Jamal Williams for the record. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, given the situation,
I would play Jamal Williams over Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, that's bold, but yeah, no, I agree. That is crazy to say, but you know what? Jamal Williams going up in the rankings regardless. This might sound gutty, but guess where Jamal Williams is actually going to be in my rankings? I just couldn't hold off.
Where's that?
It's my RB8.
I put him at 11, but I have Jacobs at 12 now. I just moved Jacobs down. Now that I just said that, I just moved Jacobs down to 12.
That's fair.
Because I had him at 9 before, and I'm like, I don't think I can start him.
Jacobs at 10, and like I realistically, objectively looked at this. I'm like, would I start Jamal Williams or Ezekiel Elliott this week? And the answer to me is Jamal Williams. Like, this could go on a bad takes record afterwards, but man, I'm starting, like, if I had to choose them in a vacuum, I would start Jamal Williams over Ezekiel Elliott this week, given the Aaron Jones being out.
I want to change my answer. Don't get too cute. Start Josh Jacobs.
I'm going Williams, man.
I'm not gonna get too cute on that. I put Jamal Williams at 12 now, but I'm gonna put Jacobs at 11. I think Jacobs is a tick ahead of Jamal Williams.
I mean, Jamal Williams going to be the one guy I'll ride or die on this week, because
I'm sure he could be, but it's going to be a bad weather game. And what if fucking big bruiser AJ Dillon gets in there?
Yeah, he could. I mean, 89% of snaps last week would probably say otherwise, but
but it's Matt LaFleur's done some weird shit before too. He comes to the Kyle Shanahan, Sean McVay tree where you just fuck everyone over for fantasy.
Yeah, they probably have so much fun doing that. But
probably. Who are we going to screw over in fantasy this week?
Yeah, let's catch up. We're 20 minutes behind, by the way. Cold and windy. Yep.
It's supposed to be a little bit rough conditions. Ruggs might not have his breakout game because of it, which makes me sad. But
sad. Give me Baker.
Yeah, give me Baker there as well.
Is Carson playing? Not sure yet. We keep tabs of the situation there.
He's a game time decision, but I the way they're talking about it, I would imagine Carson's probably going to go.
In terms of Alan Lazard, let me just check the newest Roto World update. So he practiced for the second day after being designated to return 2 days ago. He's not playing Sunday, 19 hours ago. It was reported, so he's not playing for today, but he should be looking to come back for next week.
Yep.
Hopefully Carson doesn't. Yeah, no, I agree. It would be smart for them to hold him out and just have him ready for the rest of the season, but we'll see what Seattle does there. But yeah, facts.
Oh, I'm not surprised. They're the best linebacking duo in the league. It's not even close.
Yeah. Sky Miller. Yeah, A-Rob. Don't overthink that one.
Yeah, don't overthink that.
It's Patty McNasty Cannon going off. I mean, it could come from every sort of angle in that game. It's such an unpredictable game in the sense that like Patty Mahomes could have like 4 touchdowns in the first half, or it could just be a completely run dominant game.
That's the problem with the Chiefs is that they can beat you in so many different ways now.
They're too good, but it could definitely. Again, regardless, Patty Mahomes can get you.
And Mecole Hardman could catch a touchdown in the first 6 minutes of the first quarter.
Yeah, I mean, Patty Mahomes could realistically have 20 points at half and finish with like 24.
I think this is just that they handle this game. I don't think they kill them. I think they handle them.
Agreed. Give me Harrison Bryant there, Nicholas, with the news of Goddard playing.
Yeah, Richard Rodgers is droppable if you have Richard Rodgers.
Goddard over Gesicki as well.
That just reminded me of Richard Rodgers in my rankings too.
Also, PPR tight end Tanya Goddard. Give me Goddard there. For the record, a lot of these like fringe tight end one debates that include Goddard, the answer is most likely going to be Goddard for you guys. Like anything outside the top 8, I would say the answer is going to be Goddard.
He could be limited, but the upside of Goddard, even if he's been limited in the past, right? Because he's been behind Zach Ertz. So even if he only plays 50% of the snaps, I feel more confident in Goddard playing 50% of the snaps than I do about Robert Tonyan.
Yeah, no, I agree. And if you're looking at it, if Goddard runs 15 routes against the Cowboys, he can turn that into 5 targets, 4 receptions, 60 yards, and a touchdown. Yeah, I mean, it's just. It's that good of a matchup. He's that talented of a player.
Yeah, he's that good. It's that good of a matchup. Carson Wentz loves tight ends. Like it's a good situation, even if he only runs 15 to 20 routes.
Yeah, no, I agree. It could definitely affect the game situation. I'd actually monitor that depending on who the quarterback is. Now, if it's going to sound pretty narrative-y, but if it's a quarterback with say small hands, hypothetically, like they may be more affected. Yeah, they may be more affected by bad weather conditions than like a Big Ben with fucking massive like 13-inch hands.
It downgrades the Browns and Raiders matchup, which I thought was going to be a fucking shootout. It might be a bit more of a slugfest this week, and then same goes for the Steelers and Ravens might be a bit more of a slugfest as well.
Agreed. Tannehill or Herbert? I have Tannehill at 4, Herbert at 8. So
I actually don't know who I have higher, but I know they're both in like my top 6.
Yeah. I have Tannehill a little bit higher.
I have Tannehill at 5 and Herbert at 7, so I'll go with Tannehill there.
Yeah, I literally have Tannehill at 4 and Herbert at 7. So there you go. I actually have Tannehill 1 spot ahead of Lamar this week.
I do too.
Yeah. Deontay Johnson playing. Do you guys still like Claypool over yeah, I would go with Claypool over all those guys.
I would still start Claypool over those guys.
Tonyan or Cook. I think I actually just moved Cook 1 spot higher, but like they're both in that like tight end 13, 14 type area. Yeah, they're literally Cook 13, Tonyan 14 for me right now.
I had Cook higher, so I would go Cook.
Yeah, go Cook. He's 1 spot higher for me. Give me Ayuk there.
Yeah,
we don't know the situation of the running backs. Yes, sir. 25 all day. Supposed to be nasty weather in Green Bay. Yeah, that's definitely something to monitor. So keep tabs on that as well.
You got it down. Like you're still starting Aaron Rodgers, and you're still starting Devontae Adams, and you're still starting Gio Bernard and stuff. Like it obviously just downgrades them. I think you're still starting the same guys you were always starting.
Agreed. So he says Landry or Lindsey PPR. Yeah, give me Landry there, especially with Lindsey being questionable. Even if he was full go, Landry as the sole, if you will, volume receiver for the Browns now. Obviously Odell out. Austin Hooper is not playing as well, so realistically that passing game is mostly going to funnel between those two and Kareem Hunt, those two being Harrison Bryant and Jarvis Landry and Kareem Hunt. So especially in a bad weather matchup, if you're looking for some easy offense, just dump off to Jarvis Landry. Basically what he's been doing throughout his career could ultimately be their game plan. So regardless, I mean, the easy answer is Jarvis Landry. Is giving some context as to why we like Jarvis Landry for the week.
Yeah. I think so. Tyler's on the train that because Gilmore is out for this game, they're going to bracket the shit out of Diggs. So I mean, it makes sense. Like that makes a lot of sense to me. But I think that the volume's too good for Diggs. Like they'll find a way to use him.
Agreed there.
They're not going to bracket Diggs if he's in the slot, which he actually kind of want to check what his slot percentages have been this season because I've been on that train for a while. That going back to the offseason, I was like, Diggs has never been used like that, and I think he's going to be now.
Agreed. So he asked, I was able to pick up Goddard for free. Should I trade Goddard? If so, what can I expect in return? Honestly, this may sound gutty, but given the value discrepancy at this current point, I would even gauge what you can get for Andrews, to be quite honest. I mean, Andrews, obviously, you're going to expect more for Goddard. If I was going to trade straight up Goddard, maybe like a T. Higgins, if somebody's willing to do that. He's like the wide receiver 4.
Ayuk, Higgins, Claypool, maybe. Like get someone like that.
Now, in terms of Andrews, if you're able to get like a fringe, like top 15 type receiver, like someone just
Warren or Jefferson or something like that.
Yeah, I would definitely gauge that value. Again, if you can get Jefferson for Andrews straight up, I would do that, especially with having Goddard. So let me know what type of options.
I don't know what kind of running back you want to go after. If you can get Myles Gaskin or someone for Andrews.
Darrell Henderson.
Darrell Henderson, yeah, maybe I would do that. I don't know. Andrews, I might hold on to. I think I'm of the belief I would hold on to Andrews and trade Goddard.
That's fair. A-Rob or Thielen? I would go with A-Rob this week. Thielen is expected to be shadowed by Jair Alexander in this game.
Yeah, we are so behind right now. Holy
I know.
shit.
What are your guys' thoughts on this? Do you think? It could definitely be a factor.
Kind of narrative. I don't know if I want to be just like I'm not going to start J.K. Dobbins over over a great option just because it's going to be a bad weather game and I expect J.K. Dobbins to be used. Like I'm not really going to get too cute about that. I just kind of assume everything's going to go off the same as normal and downgrade everyone.
Agreed. It's raining in Detroit. Hashtag JT
Indoor.
season.
If it's in Detroit, it's indoor. So
no, I'm playing around. Pick full PPR. Go with the first two.
Yeah.
Yeah, big facts. Oh man, we're gonna get obliterated by Ohio State, and Bush is gonna be laughing at me on the side.
Yeah. I don't really have that many college allegiances, so I just kind of cheer for good teams.
It's fair. Give me Jimmy Graham slightly there, but they are literally like so close.
I have Brian higher, so
really.
Yeah, I have Graham at 11. Or sorry, I have Brian. Wait, where do I have him? Hold on.
You have Graham at 10 and Brian at 11. I think you said.
No, I said I had.
Rory, how many eggs do you want?
Oh, that's nice. Jeez. Okay. Anyway, I have Hunter Bryan at 10 and Jimmy Graham at 11. Noah Fant at 12. Yeah. Sorry, I'm
Harrison Bryant. By the way, we'll get back to the boy Prody's question after. So the boy Joseph with $1.99 super chat. Appreciate that a lot. He asks, or he says, what's up, boys? Is Chris Carson playing? We do not know the actual details of the situation yet. It's supposed to be a quote unquote game time decision. So basically, they're going to warm him up before the game. They're going to see how he's feeling, see how he's looking, ultimately make the decision based off then. He is one where obviously if he's playing, he's going to be a top 15 or so running back. I mean, we already know that. You gauge the situation, you gauge your other options. Again, if you have like a top 18 option and you can afford to put him in rather than just wait on the uncertainty of Carson, I'd probably do that. Like if you have, let me check my rankings. A guy like Boston Scott, like if you can afford to just put him in. Actually, Boston Scott's a Sunday night game for the record. So, I mean, if you have Boston Scott in your lineup, you're waiting on the decision of Chris Carson, you could end up just flipping them and then putting Boston Scott in your flex. I mean, there's so many options you got there. Ultimately, though, I wouldn't just wait if you have better options. But if you don't have better options and Chris Carson is like a guy you're contingent on, I would definitely evaluate right prior to game time and put him in if you need to, if he's ruled in to play, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, I mean, ultimately with these game time decisions, you just want to be very frugal with the situation. Goddard, Hawkins. I have Goddard one spot higher.
Yeah, I do too.
Ebron Burton, rest of the season. Give me Irv Smith.
Rest of the season. Yeah. I think Kyle Rudolph's going to get traded.
Yeah, agreed. T. Higgins or Hollywood Brown. Give me T. Higgins there.
Yeah, I'll take T. Higgins there as well.
Morning, fellas. This is Brady, common commenter on the channel. My bad. He says he needs 2 wide receivers in the flex. Weather is scaring me. RBs. So you're going Gio Bernard over Leonard Fournette pretty easily there. And then with the receivers, I would go with Diggs and Brown.
Wait, okay. So he needs 2 wide receivers and a flex. So Gio Bernard is your flex, yeah. And I would go with
Diggs and Brown.
Diggs and AJ Brown there too.
Yep. Baby stash just in case he becomes a could definitely be the case.
Oh, yeah, absolutely stash AB.
Yeah. Full PPR didn't mention that. Yeah, that's fine. I would still go with those same options in Bernard, Diggs, and Brown for you.
Yeah.
Brandon says Rogers, Jamal. Oh, what do you think? Okay, so that's his lineup for this week. So let me just take a look.
Sit decision. Holy shit.
Yeah, you're looking solid at running back. 3 top 14 options. Again, Keenan and Stephon are definitely 2 good, solid volume receivers. John, who's got the upside to absolutely break off every week. And Rodgers, I mean, is the top 3 quarterback for me this week. So I think you definitely have a good lineup for this week.
Yeah.
It's raining in Baltimore. That's honestly a close one, to be honest. Dobbins versus Brown for me. I have Brown as my wide receiver 29 on the week, and I have Dobbins as my RB 23. But
I would still start Brown.
Yeah, I mean, I would start Brown, but they're closer than a lot of people.
Know how Edwards and Dobbins are going to be divvying up carries, and this is a bad matchup for those guys. So I would go with Brown regardless of the weather.
Yeah, that's fair. Again, this is gonna sound bold, but Jamal Williams is gonna be my RB 7 or 8 on the week, depending on how I finish these rankings. So I would personally go with Williams over Bernard. They are like, that's a great situation to be in for the record.
I would sit Rojo there.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I would pick up Jamal Williams, start him, and Gio Bernard and Hunt. I wouldn't start Rojo over either of the 2 guys there, Williams or Bernard.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. I just read a comment later on. It's gonna be funny. Full PPR, AJ Green, Mike Williams, and Mapletron. Give me Mike Will and Mapletron there.
Yeah, I would go with those 2.
Goddard first game back, or Landry and Wind Tunnel. And for a PPR flex, I'd actually go with Landry there. That's close, but yeah. Tanyan, just check here. Ebron. I know. Again, I think you already asked this, but I know you said Ebron and I said Tanyan. So, I mean, take that for what you will, but it's close. Thanks, guys. One more question. Would you trade someone like CH Carson? So one of those 2 guys and Edmonds for I would go for Henry.
It's for Derrick Henry and Fournette. Yes, I would. I would do that.
I would make it even a 2 for 1. The fact that you're getting Fournette back is pretty awesome too.
A cupcake. I would do CEH and Edmonds right now for Derrick Henry, or I would do Carson and Edmonds right now for Derrick Henry.
I fully agree. Jonnu Smith or TJ Hawkinson. Give me Jonnu Smith this week. He's actually 2 spots higher.
Yeah.
Anything?
I think Will Fuller's going to get traded.
Yeah. Man, imagine him on the Packers.
I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. And him on the Packers. I mean, you're looking at a tight end situation. Once Zach Ertz comes back, he could be flipped. There's a lot of trades that could end up affecting fantasy.
Yeah, I think the older tight ends, Rudolph and Ertz, might have a big effect on fantasy if both of them get traded, because I think if they get traded, Irv Smith and Dallas Goedert are top 10 tight ends. Agreed.
Goddard, Hawkinson, Goddard by 1 spot for me, Chevy. That's my team this week. Wilson, Juju, Corey. Okay, so Zach Moss, I'm a little skeptical of. I'd want to know what other options you have that you could start over him personally.
Yeah, I'd rather start like a receiver in your flex or whatever instead of Zach Moss if that's the situation. Also, the fact that you're starting, obviously AJ Brown's a must start, but the fact that you're starting 2 tight ends receivers kind of gives me a little pause. Fine with that? Okay. I mean, high scoring game. I'm fine with it. Yeah, and then be prepared in case Juju doesn't do as well as you think, because again, he's going to be expected to be faced off against Marlon Humphrey today. Mm-hmm. So keep that in mind. Again, that's a solid RBs in terms of I almost said Hyde. Hilaire and Swift. Again, Hilaire at 5 for me. Swift in the top 20, like fringe top 20 area. And AJ Brown's going to absolutely set off. And of course, Russell Wilson's my quarterback too. So I like the team. I'd want to know who you can get in for Zach Moss, though, personally. I'm in need of a huge week. 2 and 5 more, really. Yeah. But start 1 wide receiver, 1 running back, 1 flex. So Gaskin, Justin Jefferson. I go with the first 3. I agree with that. Yeah. Evan says, "Hey fellas, love the content. Mark Andrews, Gronk, or Goddard. Thank you. This can sound spicy, Bush. You got tight ends. So I'm gonna go with Mark Andrews. I'm gonna say this. It's gonna sound spicy, Bush. Go with your boy. Goddard over Mark Andrews. No, I'm going with your boy. Gronk. I'm going with your boy. Bro. Andrews? Yeah, I have him 1 spot higher. I can't get behind that. Mark Andrews in this game? Yeah. Might have to make that a little bet. I mean, I have Gronk at 6, but I have Andrews at 4. And it's a pretty big difference too between 4 and 6 this week. I think I have Gronk at 4 and Andrews at 5. I don't know about that. I would go with Andrews there. All right, we can make that a little bet then. Well, you literally have 3 top 7 tight ends. Yeah, I know. Either way, you're fine. But let me just write that down. Gronk. What was the other bet we had this week? Jimmy Graham not Jimmy Graham. Trey Burton versus Irv Smith. Yeah. So Gronk versus. Take that. That's a. It was also Jimmy Graham versus someone, I believe, because I had him a lot higher than you. I think we just had a few tight end bets. Graham versus Harrison Bryant. Is that what we did?
Yeah. So Gronk versus Andrews. Graham. Oh, it was fucking yeah, because I ended up lowering Burton right after I made that bet, so it's kind of a bad bet anyways. But and then Burton versus Smith.
Make sure you just write Smith so we think it's Jonnu.
I also got Johnny Smith this week. Oh, a tight end. Yeah.
So you said you also have Jonnu Smith. Did he?
Jonnu Smith, Corey Davis, and AJ Brown.
Tight end. Never mind. I was going to say flex Jonnu instead of Zach Moss, but you already have him as your tight end. Never mind.
Yeah, I agree. He has 3 tight ends.
Yeah. That's a high scoring game.
Jim says pick one PPR. Dobbins, Hasty. Yeah, give me Dobbins there.
Give me Hasty. I'll take Hasty.
Should we do that too?
No, that's fine. I don't feel confident in that one.
Okay. Damn, if you have Herbo at 6, where's A-Rod? I have A-Rod at, I believe, 3? I have A-Rod at 3. You have him at 2, I think.
I have him at 2. Yeah, I might lower him below Russell Wilson and Tom Brady, though, just because of the weather.
That's fair. Rodgers or Brady? Give me Rodgers there. I know you said Brady.
I just moved him Brady ahead, so I'll take Brady.
There you go. Herbert, Wentz.
Herbert.
Yeah. You go Herbert there. Nelson Aguilar?
Nelson Aguilar, yeah.
Give me Ruggs. Ruggs and give me Hasty.
Yeah, give me Hasty there.
Due to injuries and bye weeks, Zach Moss or Lindsay is my RB2. It's bad, yeah. If Lindsay plays, you start him, but Lindsay's questionable as well. So I actually got to see the full update on Lindsay because I know he was questionable.
Yeah, I think he's going to play, but he's coming off a concussion. I don't know if he's going to play a full allotment of snaps. I'll be back in a sec. I'm going to go grab my food.
Okay, go for it. I was going to say Lindsay in a half capacity over Moss in a full capacity, personally. Le'Veon Bell, Kenyon Drake, and Johnny Smith for CMC trade or not? Which side are you getting? Are you getting CMC? I would, if you have another tight end, I would definitely be intrigued about doing that for CMC for sure. I'd want to know who your other tight end is, AJ. If you can leave that in the comments. All right, let's start. I'll make sure he sees this, okay? Because for the record, the reason why he said for Bush only is because I'm playing against him, so he doesn't want me to screw with him. But yeah, we will get back to your question when Los gets better, when Bush gets back with his food. Landry, Corey Davis. If that's Amari Cooper, I'd go with Amari Cooper, and I go with Amari Cooper and Justin Jefferson for you there, AJ. Amari Ayuk need a week, and I'm playing against Lock and Hunt. Give me Amari still. Bernard, Scott, Bell, Shepard, Reagor, or Gaskin. Who should I start at the flex? So one of those options, if you're only starting one, give me Giovanni Bernard. I have Julio, AJ Brown, Keenan, Justin Jefferson, and Metcalf as receivers. Henry is my RB1, and Jonathan Taylor is my RB2. Should I trade a wide receiver for a better RB2? I think Taylor's a mighty fine RB2, but if you can flip like a, I don't know, DK Metcalf and get like a top 12 running, like if you can get if you can flip DK Metcalf for like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I would do that. Somebody might panic on Helaire. We have a question for you because I'm playing him in my league, but we'll get back to that. Let's just answer this real quick. He's asking if he should trade a wide receiver for a better RB2. I said, in your spot, I wouldn't be pressed for an RB2, but if you can get like, I don't know, like a Helaire or a Jacobs for like a Metcalf, I'd think about that.
Yeah, I'd imagine this is a shallow league because your team's fucking stacked.
Yeah, it's insane.
Of the guys you have, I think Julio is the one I would trade because he has the most name value. And I think people initial thoughts would be like, oh, Julio over AJ Brown and Keenan Allen. I would actually take, and Metcalf. I would actually take all 3 of those guys over Julio Jones right now. Yeah? Yes.
Interesting. Okay. By the way, this is the one he's playing against me. Okay. So I'll let you lose him the game against me.
None of those guys are great.
I love to hear that.
3 for my flex. I think I'm going to go with the first 2 there. None of them are great options. I think John Brown is definitely one of them there for me. And I think Traquan Smith is the other just because Michael Thomas is out. Adam Humphries could easily be solid in this game, but he's like the 4th option in that game. So I'll just bet on the fact that Traquan and John Brown are higher in the target hierarchy in the games that they're in. So, and if Tyler's right about Stephon Diggs getting bracketed, then we might see John Brown actually have a solid game.
Yeah, for the record, I'm playing against him again. And in that league, because of injuries, I'm starting J.K. Dobbins in my flex this week. So we can wish me luck there. My team, Goff, Justin Jackson, Myles Gaskin, Julio Jones, who already played, CeeDee Lamb, Jimmy Graham at tight end, and then A.J. Brown and J.K. Dobbins in my flexes. But like I'm playing without Brandon Cooks, who's on bye, Deshaun Watson, who's on bye, Miles Sanders, who's hurt, Christian McCaffrey, who didn't play. And I actually started Graham over Hunter Henry, as I mentioned. So
yeah,
we'll see what happens there.
I'd start Hunter Henry over Graham.
That's fair. So he says Allen or Jackson. If that's Josh Allen, I'm assuming I have to go with Jackson.
I think you missed like 6 questions there, dude.
No. I went through these on my own while you were gone. Yeah. I go with Lamar Jackson. I have a killer receiving core, but I have buys coming. T. Higgins or Marquise in the flex. I'd go T. Higgins there, Master.
Yeah, T. Higgins. Yeah, for sure.
I just called him Master Samurai. I'll take that. Yeah, all day. Yeah, he mentioned the CMC trade. I mentioned I'd want to know your other tight end options, but regardless, I would still take CMC there.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, take CMC.
Pick 3 boys.
I'm willing to do that for CMC. Like they're fucking blacked
out. I would bench Higgins or Johnson. I would go with Johnson slightly over Higgins, but like I would start the other 2 as well. So Jefferson, Allen Robinson, Deontay Johnson.
Yeah, I would go with Deontay Johnson over Higgins, but it's pretty close.
For Zach Moss on my bench, I have Tim Patrick and Jerry Jeudy. The rest of my bench has been rattled with injuries.
I'd easily Jerry Jeudy over Zach.
Yeah, same. Gronk over Aguilar. Yeah, I would do that. I'd go Gronk.
Yeah, I play Gronk.
Being bold, starting Moss this week. Oh, wish you luck, Mosh. Remember your mix and bet. Geesh. Oh God, let's not get into that. Relax.
This is David Montgomery. Yeah, that was basically that. You know what's sick about the trades that I've made in my home league though? I got Aaron Jones for his 40-point game, traded him away, sold high on him, got Mixon and AJ Brown for him, got Mixon's 40-point game the next week, and then I just traded Mixon and packaged him for Kamara. So I got the Aaron Jones and Mixon ceiling games and got rid of them.
Fucking guy. I traded Mixon right before that game.
I think we missed Bilal there.
Oh, sorry, my bad, Bilal.
Boyd, Woods, Ruggs, Adams start 2. Obviously, you don't.
Adams and Boyd.
Adams, and I would go with Tyler Boyd as the other guy there.
Yep, same. I need to. Give me Denzel Mims. Are those options?
Give me Marcus Johnson.
Interesting.
Yeah, I would go with Marcus Johnson. He had a 10-target game against Cincinnati.
8 targets. Yeah.
I don't know if he's T.Y. Hilton out. I feel like T.Y. Hilton's out.
Yeah, I believe Marcus Johnson against the Bengals put up 8 targets, 5 receptions, and 108 receiving yards.
Yeah, like I'll go with Marcus Johnson. None of those guys are sure things, so I'll go with Marcus Johnson.
I would still go with Mims there personally. Burrow or Herbert. I actually have Herbert like 1 spot higher, so I'd go Herbert.
I got Herbert at 7, I think, and Burrow at 9 or 8.
Is CJ Chuck a drop candidate now? I wouldn't drop him. I think that would be a little bit too much of an overreaction. Depth is low, so I traded. Yeah, I don't mind doing that at all. I mean, if you had a bunch of depth, and that's basically to me Henderson.
That's like almost Henderson straight up for Kittle. Because if you dropped both of the other 2 guys, I wouldn't blame you.
Yeah. Thanks for the help, boys. Anytime, Bilal. My boy Robbie Daly meets out here. Yeah, we're all talking in the same league right now. Bush leaves at the worst because he's playing me.
Yeah.
Is that Justin Jackson?
Yeah, I think so. I would. I think I would go with Justin Jackson over JaMychal Hasty there.
Same. Sorry, you're catching an L today. I'm aware, Rob. Oh yeah, I had Julio against him on Thursday.
Nice.
Okay, let's just. Where's the next question? No, relax, settle down. No. Is Jacob someone I should start? Other options this week or? Yeah, I would start Jacobs over all of those guys.
Yeah, I would as well. Yeah, Gaskin's still a good option, but I would take Jacobs over him.
Yeah, again, this is bold. I have Jamal Williams ahead of Josh Jacobs this week.
I bitched out. I have Jacobs higher.
You want to make that a little bit?
Jacobs versus Williams? Yeah, I'll do that.
All right, bet. We'll write that down. It's bold, but we do bold over here.
Who would you guys start out of Herbo versus Tommy Boy?
Herbert?
Herbert versus Tom Brady.
Oh, okay. You guys can answer that because
I have Brady higher, but I'm like I have Brady in my lineup right now, but I also have Brady in a number of other leagues, and if he disappoints, that's like a huge disappointment across my like leagues.
I don't mind starting Herbert in that case, but let's see what the crowd says as well. Getting Bell and Drake for my tight end.
And Allen, by the way.
Yeah, you look solid there, AJ. Yeah, no, relax there, Los. Settle down. Hey, Luzardo's trying to egg this on for me. Could definitely happen, but let's hope not. Aguilar Ruggs, give me Ruggs there. African Mexican.
African Mexican. That's very diverse.
Yeah, I like that. Josh on Aaron Rodgers. Give me Aaron Rodgers there, and then in PPR, I'd still go with Claypool.
Yeah, you go with Claypool there. Beasley's not doing what he did last week again.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree there. Herbert or Allen. Actually, I have Herbert ranked higher. So there's my answer. Flex PPR. Justin Jackson, Damien Harris. Yeah, okay, yeah, definitely Justin Jackson for the record. Oh, I thought that was T. Higgins. No, I'd still go with Justin Jackson. I thought that was T. Higgins for a second. Again, I like that trade for you, Kittle side. McKinnon or Edwards, half PPR. Give me McKinnon there.
Yeah, I would take McKinnon.
Thanks, boys. Anytime, Master Samurai.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, Pittman Jr. is back. I'll actually change my answer to who was the other guy in that?
Huh?
I said Marcus Johnson in that one. I'll change my answer to Mims in that one because I actually forgot Pittman Jr. is back.
For sure. What's up, fellows? What's up, Papa Lepre out here? Detroit on March. Would you start? Give me Scotty Miller or Corey Davis there.
I'll take Scotty Miller over Corey Davis.
Yeah, that's fair. Tyler, you're sleeping, man. My boys are going off today.
Bush free money.
Hey, it's 6-4 right now, so it's a tight series.
If only I can make bets against the spread that gave me free money. Holy shit, have I been wrong about a lot of bets?
Yeah.
Panthers fucking -2.5 was not great on Thursday.
My boy Tyler's just sleeping on the boy Jamal Williams in this 89% snap share and 24-5 opportunity discrepancy to AJ Dillon in last week's game.
We're also forgetting that Jamal Williams sucks and Josh Jacobs does not.
We're also forgetting that the Browns are a good defense and the Vikings are not.
That's facts.
Chiefs defense or Chargers this week? I'd still go with the Chiefs. I mean, it's the Jets. But the Chargers do have a very good matchup against the Broncos. But yes, Chiefs.
Yeah.
I don't trust them. Yeah, I don't trust the Niners. That's the real answer.
Yeah.
Can't score 5 points for his life. Yeah. Shanahan, quote unquote, benched him due to tired legs. Like, he wanted to keep him fresh. Like, get out. Come on. I'm trying to win my fantasy matchup. I don't care about no tired legs. Would you start Hasty or Cup? Yeah, I think it would be too cute to start Hasty over Cup, so I'm still going Cup. But yeah, it is 12:47, so it'll take. Okay, I'm waiting on my PC. It'll take 5 days to build. Okay. I'm just gonna do my last second lineup sets and.
I'll go over rankings real quick to see if I'm missing anyone. Okay. Who do we got? Oh, we got a new one rolled out here. DeAndre Washington rolled out. Don't care.
Look at Tyler. What? The amount of money I've lost on touchdown. I'm assuming that's calls to you guys. DK fantasy leagues that I suck in and parlay. Yeah, I know. I feel you though. I'm the same way, Tyler. Don't worry. I'm gonna start Jacobs over Williams because of bad weather. That's fair. I mean, I'll bite the bullet on this Williams call. I'm either gonna look like a genius or a fucking dummy after this game. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. I'm just perusing Twitter to see if there's any like news that I missed.
Rest of the season, Big Ben or Stafford. That is close, but I'm gonna go with Big Ben, man. Those weapons are absolutely phenomenal for the Steelers. What are your thoughts on that, Big Ben or Stafford?
I'll take Ben.
Yeah, same. Okay, we good.
Oh my God! Listen to this stat. Rob Gronkowski has as many receiving touchdowns in the last 2 weeks as all the Patriots tight ends have combined for in the 2 seasons since Rob Gronkowski left.
Holy fuck.
I know, right?
That's insane. Would you start DJ Dallas over Justin?
Dude.
Start Justin Jackson.
Before Chris Godwin had the surgery on his fractured left index finger this past Tuesday, doctors told him that he would be sidelined 4 to 6 weeks. Now he's week to week.
What?
It's AB season. If you picked up Antonio Brown, you have a top 15. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was drafted in all the leagues and stashed. So,
well, a lot of people dropped him, and I'm actually really mad because I picked him up. I was gonna pick him up the week that it was like rumored the Seahawks were interested in him, like before he signed with the Bucks, and I didn't pick him up. I'm like, oh, hold on to fucking. I don't even remember who it was. Someone irrelevant, not as good.
Tim Patrick or Corey Davis.
No, it wasn't that bad, but I think it was like Ruggs.
Oh, Tanya just took here Ebron. Oh, okay, he already asked that, but again, I'm going Tanya and you're going Ebron.
Yep.
Sweet. Jefferson or Higgins? You never sit Jefferson.
Yep.
Update Carson Hyder both out. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty big. I would say DJ Dallas is the number one there, but I mean, like that's basically like shooting a shot in a barrel. Huh?
Is Homer out?
I think Homer's playing, but it's close. Like I don't know who to trust between either of them.
DJ Dallas is like a low end like running back,
3 or 4
probably. If they're out, I don't really trust either guy though. Like Homer.
Regardless, it doesn't really matter much because the Cowboys defense sucks, but Lane Johnson will not play tonight versus the Cowboys.
Oh, geez.
It doesn't matter anyways because our D-line sucks. But
they still talk about it on fucking Sunday NFL Countdown. Like, stop talking about this game. No one cares.
That could be interesting to see how they use the tight ends then, eh? If they're missing Lane Johnson, they could be asked to do more in terms of blocking.
I don't know. You don't have a pass rush anyway, so.
That's fair. I mean, yeah, we don't have anything. Against a respectable defense, maybe they would be blocking a little more. But Connor Fournette, Connor. Last one for me, Dallas Goedert.
Dallas Goedert, yeah, not even close.
Brady or Rodgers. I would go Rodgers. You would go Brady. Give me Rashard Higgins there, Coleman.
Yep.
DJ or Zach Moss or Singletary. Yeah, I think it's too cute starting either of those guys over Singletary.
Yep.
Those are my options. Devonta Smith absolutely feasted last night. He's gonna be a top 15 or so player on my board.
He's so good, man.
Dude. Like the top 5 receivers in this year's class.
Like Jefferson to me. Like everyone slept on Justin Jefferson last year. He's a lot like that.
Like again, he's probably gonna finish as like the wide receiver 4 or so on my board. But like somebody I absolutely love. He's just a solid.
He was 4. Yeah. He was right after the top 3 guys.
Yeah, so my board last year went Lamb, Judy, Ruggs, and then Jefferson. And now this year it's probably going to end up being some type of combination of Waddle, Chase, Smith, Bateman, and Moore. Like whatever order.
Mine will probably be Chase, Waddle, Moore, and like then Smith. Everyone else after. I think there's a drop off after those 3 guys.
Really? Even to Smith and Bateman?
Huh?
Even to Smith and Bateman?
Yeah, I do. I think those 3 guys are top 10 picks.
I think all 5 of them are like top 20, 25 picks.
Enough though, so like that could change just based on what I've seen thus far.
Bateman to me is Keenan Allen. Sorry,
Keelan Cole.
I almost said that by accident. He's Keenan Allen to me. But if that's T Higgins, give me T Higgins there, Chevy.
If it's Rashard Higgins, then give me Landry.
Yeah, agreed. Next year, yeah. I mean, you're gonna buy that nice Dolphins Jalen Waddle jersey, eh?
It's gonna be. They can see that, man. That seems a lot like what's gonna happen.
He's either going the 2 spots he's going. It's either going to be to the Dolphins or to the football team. I just don't see him in any other jersey. Jalen Waddle. Imagine Jalen Waddle next to Terry McLaurin, bro.
Yeah, that'd be pretty crazy.
That'd be so much fun. Not as a Cowboys fan, but
Jameis Winston fired up. If literally where I want to see where Jameis Winston goes next year, man, because I think he's going to be a starter.
Yeah, that's fair.
There's a lot of teams that need a quarterback. Whoever he helps their fantasy value.
This one's close. I think Scotty Miller's the much safer play, but if you're looking for maybe some upside in case he gets some volume, I would say Dallas. But
I would play Scotty.
Yeah, I would still go Scotty regardless, but I think DJ Dallas has more upside there personally if he gets a touch workload. But if you want to be safer again, Scotty Miller. Yeah. John Brown or CeeDee Lamb in the flex PPR. Give me CeeDee Lamb there, Dosh. And okay, yeah, Chevy said T. So yeah, I would go T Higgins there. 7 minutes left. Get your last second questions in, y'all.
I'm starving right now.
Oh, I know. I haven't eaten today either.
Yeah.
So they're building my PC right now, so that's gonna be pretty nice. Ooh, I forgot to tell you. Because of bye weeks and injuries, again, Joe Mixon being out, DJ Chark, David Johnson all being out for me. I'm relying on Preston Williams in my flex this week in my home
I
league.
have
So
Williams starting in one league.
yeah,
It's a 3 receiver, 3 flex league, and I have to start him.
yeah. My receivers that I'm starting this week are Stephon Diggs, Juju Smith-Schuster, Allen Robinson, and Preston Williams.
Listen to my running back core in this league, though. This is why I'm winning. I'm 5-1 in this league. So it's a 3 receiver, 3 flex league and 2 running backs. So you could start up to 5 running backs if you really wanted to. And I have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Josh Jacobs, Mike Davis, Antonio Gibson, Jerick McKinnon, Justin Jackson as my running backs. And I have Austin Eckler on IR.
Yeah, that's insanity.
I literally start like 4 or 5 really good running backs every week.
Correct. I'm trying to set our lineup in the freaking the quote unquote experts league that we got.
Yeah. The Dosh Life said, thanks. What about Scotty Miller versus CD? I would still go with CD there.
Yep, same. CD. Mom, where's the meatloaf?
That from fucking Step Brothers, where he's like, Mom, meatloaf, fuck.
Yeah. Don't kill me. Dude, in that freaking Dynasty League,
from Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, that's it. Dude, in that Dynasty League, our taxi squad has JaMychal Hasty and Darnell Mooney on it, eh? I don't know how that happened. Yeah.
That's wild.
That's pretty cool.
Get him off there. Don't we have DJ Dallas, too? I feel like we have DJ Dallas.
We have someone like that. Let me check. We have a bunch of just random guys. We have like 4 first-round picks next year, and we're 4-3. Like,
yeah, that's gonna be a good league. Of course, that's the only league I'm in that isn't for money.
Dude, I picked us up freaking Myles Gaskin off waivers like a month ago.
Yep.
Like right before he like became established.
Yeah,
so now
I think I'm gonna win our listener league, dude. My team is very good.
Once my team gets healthy, I think I'll have a better chance. But with Christian McCaffrey being out,
dude, I have Justin Herbert, Jonathan Taylor, Austin Eckler, Jamal Williams, Stephon Diggs, Devontae Adams, Darren Waller, Scotty Miller, T. Higgins.
Yeah, that's solid.
Henry Ruggs, Laviska Shenault, Brandon Cooks. Like my team is good, man.
Yeah, we'll see what happens there. Rams or Eagles defense this week? Give me the Rams. Yeah, against Miami.
It's going up against Ben DiNucci.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. Who is the one that you're missing out of there? Oh, Rondell Moore. Okay, so he's 5. Lamar or Wentz. Give me Lamar there, Caesar. Hasty or Coleman? Give me Hasty there, Carl.
Yeah.
So we have 3 minutes before kickoff. Leave your last second questions. Where do you play your dynasty leagues at? We actually
sleeper. I don't even know. Do like Yahoo and like NFL fantasy even have dynasty leagues? Like I've literally never even heard of anyone doing a dynasty league on that.
Yeah, I doubt it. I'm gonna need some huge weeks from some random
I don't
guys.
see the option for ESPN. Like ESPN probably doesn't have a dynasty league. That's probably why.
Agreed there. I need a miracle to beat you in the listener league because of my injuries right now.
Oh, my team's so good.
Give me Goddard and give me Keenan. Once McCaffrey comes back, my team's gonna be so fucking thick.
Oh, dude, there's no way you beat me because you had Moore and Ridley like drop studs.
Yeah. No, I don't think I'm gonna beat you this week, but I mean overall,
Herbert versus Jackson. I'll take Herbert there.
If you were to tell me going into the season that I would miss McCaffrey for 7 weeks and go into that stretch being 4-4, I would have taken that 100% of the time. Yeah, because I knew my RB depth going into it was going to be bad because I didn't have them.
The fact that my team is 4-3 is a little bit. It kind of pisses me off because my team's really good.
Yeah,
and I've been missing Eckler too.
So. Mikey's 7-0, eh?
I know. I saw that.
It's fucked. Thanks. Anytime, Carl. Good luck, everyone. Thank you, Cesar. And T. Higgins or Claypool. Give me T. Higgins slightly there. Yeah. I'm in 5th. But yo, if the season ended now, we would play each other in the playoffs. That's fun. Yeah, my team has just been fucking decimated.
Yeah, dude, I have the other than Mikey, I have second most points for. Or wait, no, actually Zohan's got second most points for. But I have the most points against of the guys that are like really high in the standings.
Yeah, dude, fucking I made like 4 random roster pickups this week. Did you see that? I picked up I don't know why I picked up Gallman. I'm not going to even start him because he's playing the Bucks, but I picked him up in case Freeman missed any extended time. I picked up Mims for Sammy Watkins, picked up Gus Edwards for Adam Humphries, and I picked up Jalen Reagor for Malcolm Brown.
Why is Mike's team so good?
I don't know, bro. but it's fucking sick.
Alvin Kamara, Allen Robinson, Robbie Anderson, Jimmy
Hey,
Graham.
of course, the one league that I
buy too. He's got a good team.
Of course, the one league where I experiment with the modified RB0 that Lucas kept pounding the table for, ends up my RB I get ends up being Christian McCaffrey, and then all my receivers get hurt.
Yep.
You gotta love it.
All right.
But yeah, leave your second question, and we'll probably get out when it's at 1:25. So 30 seconds. Go. Yeah, any question? Leave it. There's only 18 people in here anyway, so they probably don't even hear this at this point.
Yeah, pretty much.
20. About to close this. Y'all better hurry up. I'm fucking wrong. Okay, it's 1 o'clock, whatever. I might just end it now.